I cannot believe it's already December and the holiday season is so close. Every holiday season, parents of autistic children tell me the same thing. I wanted to say no to the invitations, but part of me kept hoping this year would be different. And I understand that feeling intimately. I've been parenting my autistic son for 26 years, and I've been working with hundreds of families navigating this same emotional storm. There was a holiday years ago where everyone else thought my son was doing beautifully, truly beautifully, while I was holding it together by a thread. And here's the part we don't talk about enough. It's not just guilt that makes no so hard. Sometimes it's hope. We're not only trying not to disappoint our families, but we're trying to not disappoint ourselves. We want this to be the year that everything is easier. This year our child surprises everyone. This year we get to relax just once and feel what other parents feel. But even as we're hoping for that, we know our child's limits, we know our own limits. We know the emotional and physical toll, even when things look perfectly fine on the outside. I'll tell you the full story in just a minute, and when I do, it'll make this tension crystal clear. So today, I'm not just going to help you tell family no without guilt, although that's useful. I'm also going to give language to that emotional weight behind the no, the hope, the pressure, the grief, the disappointment, and the exhaustion. So you can make choices that protect your child and your own nervous system. Here's what we're going to cover: why family can't see the meltdown coming, why parents say yes even when they know better, how to set boundaries without guilt or over-explaining, what to say when family pushes back, and how to decide what's actually worth saying yes to. Let's start with the story I mentioned because it illustrates a lot. I'm going to take you back to a holiday at my brother and sister-in-law's house. And let me say, they are the kindest, most understanding, most non-judgmental people on earth. They assured me over and over, we can handle whatever Matthew needs, really. And they meant it. And they were amazing for the entire hour that Matthew could actually stay. Almost immediately, he discovered that you could run up one staircase and down another in a big loop. So he did that for 20 minutes straight. They were unfazed, smiling, chatting, completely supportive. Meanwhile, I was doing constant mental math, tracking his body language, monitoring his regulation, counting how long we had until things shifted. Then he wanted randomly to take a bath. That was not part of the plan. We were there for dinner. Who takes a bath in someone else's house randomly? And again, they were totally fine with it. But there I was, upstairs in their bathroom, while everyone else was downstairs connecting, eating, enjoying themselves. And then the microsignals started. The shift in his breathing, the change in his pacing, the tension in his shoulders, the things that no one else ever notices. He still looked fine to everyone else, but I felt the meltdown coming, like a storm front. So we left. And even now, as I tell the story, it doesn't even sound as stressful as I know it was. My body remembers. As I'm telling the story, I can feel that stress. I can remember the bracing, the vigilance, the emotional strain of being the only adult in the room who could actually see what was happening. That's the part no one else sees. And here's why saying no is so complicated. Because family sees a child who seems fine, but you know that fine can come with a massive emotional and physical cost. And here's the part we rarely say out loud. It's not just guilt that makes saying no so hard. It's that tiny flicker of hope. That hope that maybe this will be the year everything changes. We want to believe that our child will handle it. We want to feel what other families feel. Ease, spontaneity, connection. But deep down, kind of already know. We know our child's limits. We know our own limits. We know the bruising emotional and physical toll. Even when family insists, he seems totally fine. That's why parents say yes when every instinct whispers, this will cost us. Many times, we're not saying yes because we think it will go well. We're saying yes because we don't want to disappoint family. We don't want to deprive siblings. We don't want to be the rigid one. We're tired of explaining. We want to avoid judgment, or we want to believe in the possibility. Saying yes becomes a negotiation between reality and hope. And that's a heavy emotional load. Many people think it's the meltdown that's the problem, but the meltdown is only part of the story. Meltdowns come with nervous system overload, exhaustion for you, hours or days of recovery, sometimes some shame afterwards, some sibling distress, and even an emotional hangover. And even if a meltdown doesn't happen, vigilance alone can drain you for days. That's the cost that your family and community usually don't see. That's the cost you're trying to avoid. So here are a few guiding beliefs on how to set boundaries without guilt. First, you're not responsible for adult disappointment. A disappointed family member, their feelings are theirs to manage. You don't need your family to understand your child's nervous system. You only need them to respect your decision. Choosing to say no isn't giving up. It's choosing the reality of your child over the fantasy of the holiday. Boundaries protect your child's dignity and your own well-being. So here are some scripts that are grounded in compassion and clarity that you can offer your family when they push back. When they say, "Come on, it'll be fun," you can say, "I appreciate it. This one's too much for him right now." When they say, "He seemed fine last time," you can say, "He looked fine, but the recovery afterward was really hard." When they say, "You're being overprotective," you can say, "I wish I could borrow your confidence, but I'm the one who helps him recover afterward, and I have to trust what I see." When they say, "Can he just try?" you can say, "Trying is what leads to meltdowns right now. I'm protecting his capacity. I'm not avoiding life." When they say, "But we never see you," you can say, "I know it's hard on all of us. Let's find a way to connect that works for him." So let's think about how to decide what's worth saying yes to. I think these are the best questions to consider. 1, will my child feel safe there? 2, will I be bracing the whole time? 3, is the recovery worth it? Because sometimes it definitely is. 4, is this for my child or for someone else's expectations? And 5, would a shorter version still work? 6, does saying yes create joy or obligation? When you evaluate through the lens of regulation, not pressure, your decisions become clearer. Look, you're not ruining Christmas if you have to say no. You're protecting your child. You're protecting yourself. You're preventing any unnecessary suffering. You're choosing reality over fantasy, strength over guilt, clarity over pressure. Your boundaries don't break the holiday. Your boundaries make the holiday possible for your child and help you balance the needs of your whole family. If this brought up emotion for you, it's because you care deeply. I would love to hear your story in the comments. I know that hearing other people's stories help other parents, so if you would share, I'm sure there are lots of other parents, in addition to me, who would be so grateful. You're carrying love in a world that doesn't always understand your child, and you don't have to navigate any of this alone. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one.